Yup. Looks like it's live. Yeah. How are you guys doing? What's going on? I'm really going to quickly check if the stream is active and we'll get on to what we need to model for today. Quickly check if the stream is active and all right, stream's good. What I'm going to quickly what I'm quickly going to do is I think first of all is go to our file, and as you can see we are having wine glass and bottle today. So I have something that just basically shows the silhouette of what the bottle would look like, and then I think I need a wine glass just by the side. So I'm going to save this first, and then I'll save. I don't know if I need a reference for a wine glass. I don't think I do, but let me just save this. Should in case. So both are saved. I'm going to go over to the other side right now, and I'm going to open up Blender. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Good evening, everybody. Let me just quickly check. Stream. Let's go. Probably number of persons. What's going on, guys? Nobody is on, but I would like to open it on my phone to the side, basically. Then I think Blender should be booted up by now. Where is Blender opened? Okay, Blender is opened over here, so I'm going to move this down. Okay. Forkan, you just came to say I should have a good stream, man. Like, I really appreciate that. Well, yeah, I really appreciate that, and it would have been nice to, have you hang around, you know. But it's cool. Thank you so much for that. I want to get on to what we have for today. Today promises to be exciting and just chilled. Basically, I'm going to clear out my scene first, and I'm going to bring in my reference. So my reference is going to be in my downloads, right? And I'm going to drag this on to the stream. So I'm going to RX90. I have that. I can go to the front view and just set things up. I think first of all, I want to bring down opacity a little bit and GZ, and I can start from here to just kind of model the bottles. I think right here it's about a good position for this. I'm going to bring in a cylinder, scale that down. No, I'm going to GZ and just bring it up to the surface, and then I can scale this down and then scale on the Z. Right. So this right here, I can, in fact, I think I should just take it up to the entire height of the bottle, right? So that I can add a loop, and then take this, scale this down. I probably want to take this too and scale, right? So we have this. I can scale properly. 1 second, guys, please. Let me quickly mute audio. All right. I'm back. So we're just going to model this bottle. I think from right here, you see this face. I want to select this face and just bevel that a little bit. This I want to bevel it so we can get the shape of this bottle. Then right here, as a matter of fact, I want to dissolve this edge. I want to select this and just bevel to hug the shape of that bottle basically. So right here, I'm seeing some issues already. So I want to scale this down and then bevel again because I see this leaving the silhouette of the bottom. I want to dissolve this edge and then bevel this just like so. So we have this right here. I want to bring in some loops, a loop here, a loop here, and I want to select this and extrude along the normals just like so. So we have that extrusion. Oh, okay. I need to move this on the Y out of the way. And then all of this, I'm going to bevel. Right? So that's cool. On the front, just like so, I'm going to select this. And then this would be a whole different kind of material. As a matter of fact, I want to duplicate it, separate it entirely from the whole thing. Then I want to fatten a bit, just slightly, so it's bigger than the actual bottle. So we have those. I'm going to shade smooth or shade auto smooth rather. So we have one of the bottle. Then I would want to create a label, but I don't want to design one from scratch. So I will just does this label go round? I don't think so. I think it does go round though. It looks like it does go round. So I'm going to make this one go round. I'll select that label and then extrude along the normals, just like so. So we have one of the bottle done. I'm going to select this and I'm going to move to bottle one. New collection, bottle one. Move this out of the way. We have that. I'm going to model this next, GX. Let me quickly check the stream. Sorry guys. I mean, I'm sure by now you know how my network behaves and I need to monitor these things really closely so I don't have any surprises. Okay. Focan, I see that you're hanging around. So I really appreciate that and thank you so much for hanging around. I'm sure like your time is so much more valuable to you, you know. But yeah, to your question, like, you know, how long have I been doing this? So if I'm being candid, I've never done it like, okay, on a professional level, yes, I've attended to clients, products and stuff like that, but like work in an organization in the capacity of being like a 3D artist or in an agency as a 3D artist and stuff. I've never done that, you know. So it has somehow just been a hobby for the past 6 years. That's how long I've been doing this. And I kind of picked it up like during the pandemic, right? So during the pandemic, it was just the perfect time to like learn a lot of stuff. I did a lot of graphic design back then, and I still do graphic design till date, you know. But something I always wanted to add to my skill set was 3D, you know, and that just presented a perfect opportunity. We're in the house, there was lights, I didn't have to bother about going anywhere. All of that stuff just, you know, landed up to a perfect opportunity to learn 3D. And I mean, since then, it's just been me trying to be better, you know, with the software and all of that. And somehow, even before I even started learning 3D, I'd already known that I was going to use Blender. As a matter of fact, like I was already unconsciously researching in the space because I would usually watch Corridor Crew, you know, the Corridor Crew guys, Sam, Nico, Ren, and the guys. Like I watched their stuff a lot, and I kind of had an idea of what it takes to be like, you know, a 3D designer, 3D person, all the terminology, the softwares involved. So even before I even like scale the cube or grab the cube, I knew I was always going to use Blender. It had a heavy community. It was open source, and I think they also had learning materials readily available. So I just went to Blender. So yeah, it's been 6 years, and it's been fun, real fun, man. Like it even helps me on my day to day, our day to day workings of being a graphic designer. Because there are times that we need certain things in 3D, and yeah, just happen to have someone in the team that can work in 3D, and I get to make it work. So it's cool. Yeah. Well, what about like are you like a 3D artist or a 3D designer? And if so, like what was the inspiration behind you um learning 3D? Because I mean, I have a theory that most 3D artists or 3D designer right now, they would usually like it's usually a case of like they were 2D artists before, or they were graphic designers before, or they were print artists before, and they just realized that, oh, okay, this is a space I want to operate in, and they make that pivot. So it's mostly about pivoting for certain 3D artists, and I mean, there are just a few that they just went into it directly. They were never graphic designers, they were never logo designers. They just knew that they wanted to do that from the get go. So I'm just essentially asking like, what was your own journey like? Were you a 3D artist first, or you had to do a little bit of visual design first before you learned 3D? You can just drop it in the chat. I'm monitoring on my phone, and I should be able to pick up on that reply. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 2020, Falcon, like 2020 was a top elite. Oh, took power. But like I'm still on, don't worry. 2020 was just a top elite year in terms of how much it did set up the opportunity to learn new stuffs. Like the whole COVID thing, obviously I'll be very insensitive to you know ignore the damages that was caused by the pandemic. But like that year, oh my god, that was a great year. I really enjoyed 2020. The unfortunate incident of the pandemic, and its effect on people was very, it was real. Like I know people that were out of jobs. I was fortunate to keep mine, and like yeah, it was a terrible year, but it was also a great year to learn new stuff. And you said you wanted to do like product visualization, product animation. That's the space you want to operate in, bro. Like you're in the right space in terms of like timing, because AI will make all of those things, but imputing the right storytelling to your product visualization is something that we still have. You're still in very much control of. So I mean, that is something that is very viable right now. Have you thought about like the software you want to use? Do you want to use Blender? Do you want to use C40? Do you want to use Maya? I could give you some pointers on what software to use, especially for product visualization. Like I'm a Blender user, but I know the right software that a 3D artist needs in order to make good product visuals. I know that software, and I'm not going to say because I'm a Blender user, I'm going to be biased to Blender on this one. Like I know Blender, I know its capacity, and I know its cons too, so if you're open to receiving that information, definitely I would love to give that to you, you know. So I'm onto the fourth bottle. I don't even know if I'm going to. Yeah, I'm definitely going to texture it. As a matter of fact, it's the texturing that makes this model make sense. Because without texturing, it's just meh. You know, without texturing is just one of those that you can probably even easily make. You know, but then it's the texturing, the way you're rendering the bottle, how are you lighting it. Those are the things that are going to like make it work. So let's see if you've replied. Yeah. You're a Blender user, and shout out to you, man. If you're doing this as a freelancer, clients only look for as the results. They're not interested in how did you do. Exactly. Like I mean, they only look at the results. However, if I'm starting this all over and I'm going in essentially to be a product visualization, animation, product animation kind of person, bro, I won't use Blender. I'll be completely honest with you, man. Like I won't use Blender. And I am of the opinion that C40 is bar none. When I say bar none, I mean there's no one closer. Okay, I think the only one closer to C4D will be Houdini, and that's because of the effect capability of Houdini. But bar none, that is the best software to make product visualization, product animation. That is just oh my god. Oh, so there's this guy I follow on YouTube, and I mean I would usually consume a lot of C4D tutorials to better my ability to make product visuals. This guy's name is Ross Mason. He's a C4D user. Watch him. Let me pull up his page. Ross Mason is a beast. Ross Mason is one of the greatest when it comes to rendering bottles. And guess what software he uses? Yep, you guessed right. He's a C4D user. The ability to just have that realistic renders with the use of V-Ray, with the use of Redshift, those are just like it is great, bro. Like just look at this guy. Yeah, you can be a Blender user. You can still like watch other softwares and learn a couple of tricks or two. Yeah. This is one of the channels that I'll recommend you to check out for sure. As a product visualization kind of person. Right here, I want to select all of this, and I think I'm going to move that into a separate collection, and then I'm going to extrude along normals. Just make that thicker. Shade that smooth. I think here there are some shading errors, so I'm just going to tighten up the edges. Nope. Tighten up the edges, and that's cool. This I'm going to shade smooth. I think this label wraps around definitely, like you can literally even see it. It wraps around for sure. So I'm going to take this and Shift D, separate that selection, and then expand on that. It's hard. So this right here, I'm going to bevel for the bottom of the bottle. I think this is a repeat of the last one, so I'm not going to. Is it a repeat? This looks like a slightly different shape, so I'm going to put this into another collection. We'll call this one bottle 3, right? And then this I'm going to GX out of the way. So we model the fourth one, GX in, and this is slightly almost the same, but if you notice, the weight kind of tapers downward, like it tapers out downward. So it looks something like this. I'm going to GZ, bring this up to the surface, scale this down, and from here, I'm going to GZ up to this point, scale up, and I'm going to extrude on the Z, just like so. I'm going to put in a loop down here, scale this down, select this, scale this down. just like so. So yeah, it's looking up right now. I just want to check. Yeah, Furkan, I hope you are you still here? Like I was literally enjoying our conversation. I don't know if you have something else to reply, you know. And I think this is the first time I'm having like a real interaction on stream, like just giving replies and someone giving replies back on chat. Never really done that before, and like just working and doing that, it feels therapeutic a little bit. And I'm surprised I'm able to handle it seamlessly because I felt like I would be distracted. But it's cool. I'm going to be checking again in like 10 minutes. I just want to get through this, go a little further in this. So I'm going to bevel this. I'm going to take this and then bevel this also. So I can take this, Shift D, separate that, and then this right here, I'm going to extrude along normals. I'm going to shade this auto smooth. Okay, but then it has some shading issues. So I'm going to bring in extra loops to hold. Okay. Shade auto smooth. Then this one's label looks somewhere around here. So the label is right here. This one is around here. And I think this also goes around the bottle. Is it normal for labels of bottles to go around the bottle though? Like I see no reason why it should. So this is going to be bottle 5. Oh, sorry, rather bottle 4. Sorry, bottle 4. I'm going to model a wine glass. Let's just open one up. Let me just quickly check the stream to make sure that we're still on track. I'm going to model a wine glass. Let's just open one up. Let me just quickly check. Okay, stream is still on chat. Still on track. And Bokan. Yeah, I also follow your channel and I think the content you make is excellent. Yo, that means a lot, man. Like, thank you so much. I'm also opening your stuff, and I don't think you do stuff on your channel, but like, I really really appreciate it. And if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a question, right? Um, so there's something I noticed recently. Let me hands off Blender a little bit so I can construct this question properly. There's something I noticed recently. I enjoy streaming. It is low effort, it is less pressure, it is vibes. I'm having fun with it. And I just do that, upload on a channel, and I notice that it counts as an extra video for me. So without my live streams of like 30 something videos, my video count will be down from 104 videos to like let's say 70 videos. I'm not yet at 100, but because of the amount of live streams I've done a lot of videos. Now I've noticed that with one of the live tutorial videos I uploaded, it's kind of a low count, like it's not a high count as I would usually do. Usually 6 days into the video upload, I should be around like 80, close to 100 views, but that one is still stuck at 40. And that video, let me show you. That video is this right here. Is the cosmetic set. This one is still on 43 views after 6 days, right? And I'm kind of thinking, could the live streaming that I'm doing be hurting my actual uploads? More like a self cannibalization in a way where I am kind of shooting myself in the foot by creating a whole volume of live stream videos rather than focusing on just making one tutorial and upload, stuff like that. I've been trying to figure that out. Like I was with an LLM, I think I was using Gemini, just prompting it and seeing if I could get answers. And I think it will be better from someone that is somewhat of a user or, an audience, so to speak. I don't know if it's something that you have paid attention to. If you have not paid attention to it, completely fine. I totally understand. But I want to kind of see if it's something you have noticed. Do you feel like the high volume of live videos could be turning you off from watching the ones that I personally upload on the channel? Do you understand my question? If you don't, I am willing to explain that again. So these are the live videos. I have over 30 something. And I mean, they are low view counts, and it's totally understandable because I don't have that much followers. I'm not like doing it at the prime time. I usually do it around 11, but they're very low counts, but I enjoy doing them. I just do them, upload, and just take my mind off it. But then, could it be something that is hurting, the main video uploaded on the channel? Uh, I really hope you understand my question. If you don't, just let me know for sure. I'm going to get back to this, and I mean, I'll be monitoring your reply on my phone. I'll be monitoring your reply on my phone. So let's go. So bottle five, I want to model a wine glass. Let's just look for a wine glass. So wine glass, this is what we're going to. Yep, this is a beautiful wine glass, man. Like it looks really really good. So I'm going to save this separately, and I'm going to GX this out of the way. And I think I'm done with that reference also. Do I need to? No, I don't need to delete it. Let me just take it out. So I can bring in the reference I just downloaded, reset RX90 and GY, something like this. So I can GZ. Right, so from here I can bring in a cylinder, take this up to the surface, scale that down, and I can GX this just like so. S Shift Z, SZ, take this down, and right here I can insert. I think you just replied I think I somehow saw something move from my peripheral vision. So I'm going to check my phone right after I'm done with modeling this glass. So I can extrude this on the Z, just like so. Select this part, scale it up. I think this part too I can scale. I can select this part and then scale. Right, so all of this I can bevel, just like so. I can select this, scale a little bit, and then this right here I can bevel. Then right here I want to select this edge and then bevel that also. But I want to add apply scale, bevel, just like so. So something I think I'm going to do with the glass, like as you all know, treating glass in Blender is like it's a headache, man. I think that's one of the reasons also I was talking to you, Falcon, about like considering C40. Cause the way C40 handles glass is immaculate, bro. Immaculate. Juicy. Select this, apply that scale. We bevel, and I think these edges too should be beveled. And then we bevel those. So we have a glass. Shader to smooth. Bevel. Yeah, so let me check your message. Could you please write the question in chat? My English isn't very good and sometimes I don't understand. Ah, okay, let me try it. Let me try. Let me try. Let me try. Let me try. which is as expected because I stream really late by 11 p.m. and I don't promote. Oh, I think I've exceeded the words. I don't promote or publicize the stream. Now, I noticed recently that, hold on, don't reply yet. The message is still really long so that you get the whole message. Now, I noticed recently that whenever I make a normal video upload on my channel, it gets really low views, and that is not normal. So my question is, could it be that my daily live stream could be throwing off my audience and making them uninterested in viewing normal upload? And I'm asking you because you are an audience and your POV is very, very valuable to me. Do you find the normal video upload weird now that I am always literally on stream daily? Yeah, so I think that's the gist of my question. Um yeah, that's essentially it. So I'm going to get back to the modeling and I'll check back to your chart at a later time. I think what I want to do here is I want to take out this face completely and I will introduce a solidify. So I'm going to solidify this just a smidge. Just like so, it's perfect. And man, there's one method of creating glass that I can't really remember how they do this, man. But I'm going to try. I think they will have two instances of a glass texture just like so. And they will make this completely red. They will make this completely green. And this is duplicated to this part. Meanwhile, these two are added. So they'll use the add shader to combine these two. Right? Then there's another add shader again that combines this with this. So this, instead of 100% green, we're going to go for 100% blue. So that green comes down and the blue is boosted up. So let's see what this looks like. And the reason I do this is to try to get some refraction going on in the bottle. So we have this. Let me bring some light into the scene to see. This is not clear at all. Well, let me see my render settings, light path. Everything is 100. I want to look at this node setup. Node setup for glass. Let's see. think I'm missing something. Glass with dispersion. Yeah, this is it. This is the setup right here. So you see the red, green, and blue is added, Then there's another glass material again. And then you use transmission depth. Okay, I think I see where I'm missing. So this will be down to 0, and I'll mix these two, and I'll bring in. Oh, okay, I see it. But usually I don't think it's a glass material that is usually here. It's usually a transparent node. Let me try a transparent node instead. Let's see. Transparent, no. Transparent BSDF. Connect. I don't know. I'm going to go with the glass. And then I'm going to bring in, what do you call this, dog? I'm going to bring in a light path node. And I think I want to bring in, what's wrong with the roughness? You know what? I want to set up a whole scene and just try this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to Asset Browser. I'm going to go to Polyhaven. And I'm going to look for some studio lighting. Studio lights. For example, this. And this. I want to look for some studio light that creates a good reflection on this right here. I think this worked best. No, not this. Where is it? It had very good reflections. Where? I don't think I'm getting something with like high level reflections right now. And I do not know why. Okay, I like the reflection on this. So I'm going to take this at the back and extrude on the scene. This is completely outweighing the entire bottle. Completely. Let me look for some other setup for lights. I think the former one was good actually. So instead of, as a matter of fact, let me bring in a camera. I'm going to go to my photographer add-on and just add in a camera. But this camera, I want to give it a different orientation, not landscape. I want to give it portrait. Oh no, landscape actually, because I mean it is going to be a CGTrader upload. So I'm going to lock that camera to view, and then bring this closer. I'm going to do 120 millimeter, and then pull out on this just like so. So we have the glass. I want to bring in another plane. Or before I bring in another plane, I think the influence of this light, I feel like I want to make the influence stronger. I think. Because I'm definitely going to bring extra light. Like, I'm going to add light to this part. Scale that a bit, and then scale that on the Z. Just like so. Then this will have like a gradient to it. Where is a gradient? I want to look for a gradient actually. So I want to zoom into this, and then maybe I can have some feathering. I'm not seeing the feathering, so I want to turn off the environment light. I'm going to turn this to 0. No, environment lights. I'm going to bring strength down to 0. Uh-huh. So why am I not getting influence of the environment, since I'm just going to knock it out completely? So this is our point light right here. I'm going to increase this, all right? And then let me see if I can bring in some feathering. Yup. I see the feathering. I'm going to scale that up. And that's good. So we have the glass, but this beige right here, I want to turn off the glossy of the mesh itself, so it doesn't reflect on itself. Okay, that's not what's causing it. Could it be this platform down here, the ground plane? So if I turn it from the glossy, yeah. What if I turn it from the transmission? Okay, that's good. But the bottle is not really dark, so I want to introduce the HDRI and push that up. But the bottle is still really dark, so I want to go to the shader setup and see how I can. As a matter of fact, I've not even connected this. They said transmission depth. I think I want to mix that with something else. So I'm going to bring in the matte node and add in glossy rays. All right. Oh, I don't think that HDRI is doing me any favors, so I'm going to switch out HDRI. Let me check on Falcon. Yep. I don't think live streaming will lower your viewership or your regular videos. I think it's entirely algorithm related. Although I think people prefer simple but cool content. I'm just guessing. When your average live stream viewer is lower than your average video views, you stand out more. But that's just a guess. Okay. Because like, I was thinking it was something where I was cannibalizing my own views to where I'm diverting people to somewhere else that is less important or less influential in, or has a less impact on the channel, rather than focusing them on the ones that has real impact on the long run. But yeah, I get it's your own point of view. So yeah, I appreciate, man. Right now, I think I'm just figuring out materials. For this glass material, it is not there yet. I promise you it is not there yet. So I want to remove, I'm going to take out the point light that I did. And my world light, I'm going to bump up to 3. So the glass looks better, but it's almost like the glass is disappearing from the entire shot. So I want to see if I can bring in a solidify modifier to give it a little bit of presence. I already have solidify modifier, so you just increase it a smidge. So I've bumped that. I'm going to bring in shader, and I think this is shadow ray. I want to add it. Is it diffuse or glossy ray? I can't really remember which one knocks out. You see this black here? That black is no good. I'm looking for something to just knock it out. Okay. Can I bring this down? And maybe add a subdivision. Subdivision comes first before solidify. I like this. I want to create the liquid in the glass. So for the liquid in the glass, I'm going to select this. I'm going to make it around here and then select this entire face. This entire face right here. I'm going to shift D, that's P, separate that selection, and then I'm going to bring origin to geometry. I'm going to select that and scale all of that down. And then this edge I'll fill. This edge I'll fill. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to view selected, or frame selected rather. And then, ooh, what's going on? Nope, this is not what I'm looking for. This is right here. Shift D, P, separate that selection. Select this edge, fill that, then insert just a smidge. Select this, fill. I want to isolate this. So this is going to be something like so. So right here, I'm going to select all and just scale down. So right around, I'm going to go onto the render view and try to give the liquid inside a color. I learned something one time where instead of giving the color here, you want to give the color to the volume. So I'll bring in the volume scatter. Let me just try it. Like if it doesn't work, I'm just definitely, and I like what it's looking like. Like the glass looks really good. Apart from the obvious really dark parts of the glass, I feel like the light looks really good. Like all of this, there's a darkness, there's a dark tone to it. It's not as bright as I would want it to be. So I'm going to connect, no, I'm going to make this a different material. Connect this to the volume. I'm going to add a little bit of density, let's say 10. And then change this color to red, bring that down. It doesn't look like it's affecting anything. It's not affecting anything actually. Could it be one of these settings? Or should I bring the principal volume? Right here. Should density come up? Yeah, I'm already seeing it a little bit, but I think for what I'm trying to achieve here, I probably want to use, okay. I probably want to use color. Let me mute this and use color instead. So let me just change the color right here. Not bad. But I think that should be darker. Somewhere around here is good. So I'm going to go back to the camera view. You see this white, there's a white thing under here that I do not like. Let me see if I can knock that off. Could it be this? Man. Maybe it's the HDRI. So let me change HDRI. Okay, so apparently it's the HDRI that's giving it that kind of weird color. So maybe I should have stuck with the former HDRI and just rotate it. Let me try. This is the former HDRI, but if we rotate, I like that light coming in from picking in from behind. Yeah, I like that light, but I want it a little more controlled. So maybe I'll add my own after the fact. I'm going to change HDRI. So as a matter of fact, let me look for one that, has, let's try this. This is really flat lighting, and I really don't even mind it because it gives me an opportunity to introduce my own light. So let me try to add my own light again. I can scale this, increase the strength, scale on the Z. Let me rotate I want to rotate the light of the scene. Bring in a little more contrast to the glass. So this light, I am going to come on here to feathering and just feather the lights. Just like so. And I'm going to look for more HDRI. I don't like the one that is here right now. Oh, okay. What's that one? I think it is this one. This one is not bad. I'm just going to take out the warm red hue on it. And then this one also. Which one did I even use? I think it was this one. This one too is really not. It is not bad, bro. Like if I come in the context of the entire shot, it is not bad. I can just bring in a plane, scale that plane, RX 90, and I can move this on the, is it on the Y? Move this back, all the way back here. Can scale. This is covering a lot of the lights right now. But if I give this an emissive texture, let me see. I'm going to turn the principal to an emission. There's no, it's not good. It's really flat in the center right here. So I'm going to take that out. This, then I'm going to try to make it more than, right now that it's white, I think it's attracting some kind of a blue color. So I'm going to pump it up to, I'm going to pump the value up to like 3. So it now becomes a light somehow. So everywhere is bright down here. And then I'm going to reduce roughness on this. Let me see if I can get some reflection on there. There's no reflection. What if I bring the values down to 1.5? Okay, we're getting some reflection. So this glass is good to me. I'm going to save my project. Come on here. Save. Falcon has a lot more messages. Or is this the former one? I'd like to suggest something for the glass material. I mean, please, by all means. I saw it somewhere and I liked it. Node glass transparent mixer. Connect the light path node in ray depths to the factor and max greater than between them. Setting the value to 4 or 5. I'm going to try that right now, bro. So I think I know this setup. Let me just save this first before I try it. I think I know the setup we're talking about. And this is day 51. Day 51. Wine glass and bottle. So this setup is something like, I'm going to set this glass 1, and then I'm going to take out the material. And the setup we're talking about is something like this. Glass, you mix that with transparent, and then this mix I send to the output. But then we're going to have in a light path node that is going to bring in, I think it's ray depth you talked about. Let me check. Connect light path mode in ray depth to the factor. Okay, just ray depth. So I was correct. So I'm just going to move this ray depth into, okay, I see what ray depth did there. Ray depth, I see what ray depth did. And also you can change the glass node IRL value a little bit, like 2 or maybe 2.2. 2.2 is already looking like a mercury kind of thing, but I'm willing to try it though. Let's see. Okay, so my guess is it's already looking like silver. I'm going to take the IRL. I'm going to take the index of refraction down, right? And right here, it's looking a bit close to what I would want. You get, like, I think I like the material setup that you just suggested. I think what I'm just going to do is try to add some more highlights, you know. I'm trying to add in extra lights to see if it's going to bring in a little bit more characteristics to this. Can I do 1.45 for this IRL? Then aside ray depth, maybe I can use a matte node to send in a shadow ray. Just like so. Okay. I think this is getting somewhere. And the thing is that this would help me control that ray depth. Yep. I think this red should be brighter. Maybe even more saturated. Then increase the value on that. Oh, don't forget matte. Okay, you said I should add the matte node. Okay, matte node greater than between them, setting the value. Okay, I think I missed that. My bad. Greater than. That greater than will be 4 or 5. Ooh, oh my god. Yeah. You see why I need more people on stream? You see why I need more? Wow. Wow. Okay. What's making this work? Can you explain further, Falcon, please? I would like to understand what's making this work. Like, because the moment I changed the threshold to 4, it looked like exactly what I want this glass to look like. So if you can just explain in chat, I'll be really grateful. What's making this work as a glass texture, please? And I like this. I like this actually. Okay. Yeah, like I can literally push out the render of this and it's going to be fantastic. So yeah, please, I'm looking forward to your reply, Falcon, because I really love the setup. So essentially, my question is, what's making it work? Like, what is it about the rate depth, or how do I even construct this question, because it kind of worked really automatically. So is there something that I need to know that is making it work behind the hood? Basically, that's what I'm asking. This light, I want to feather it out a little. Let me see if I can. Wow. Wow, like this is fantastic, bro. Rate depth is the number of times ray has been reflected and transmitted on interaction with a surface. So, are you saying that increasing the amount of times that ray depth is happening is what's making that glass look good? Because um, also my the values I have on light path setting right here is maximized. Like you would see transmission is already 32, diffuse, all of it is 32. And I know that high amount also increases the bounce. That high amount also increases the bounce. But yeah, like, yo, fantastic one. Thank you so much. Like, that was that's very on point, very valuable, and thank you so much. I'm receiving a call right now, so just Yeah, bro, like Falcon. Honestly, I don't know if it's correct technically, but visually it is on point. I'll be completely honest with you. Visually it's giving me exactly what I want, you know. And I'm not even doing too much on the lighting. I can't wait to apply this to all the other bottles and see how it works. Yeah, let me quickly add this to the other ones. I'm already getting time exhausted. Do I think I need to have another camera setup for the other ones. So I'm just going to save this, go out of this view. I'm going to go to solid mode and all this other glass. I'm going to select them all of them. And GX. And then this, I'm going to shift DY or shift DX rather. And I'm going to have a second camera setup right here. And then this glass is going to be I'm going to take away this, and then GX into the shots, GX, right? So we have another one, but for this camera angle, I want to pull it out a little bit, scale this, and all other bottles can leave the shots. GX, right? So I need to start linking materials basically. I'm going to go to solid and then I'm going to link this to this. I don't think I need to see the inside of this one, right? I don't need to see the inside of this one, but one of them I need for it to be transparent so that we can see the liquid on the inside. So I'm going to go to this view, change to render. Oh my god! Like, wait, Falcon, are you still on? If you're still on, I would like to know where you got this trick from. I would like to know the person. I would like to follow the person so I can just kind of get to know more about like what the person does and if there are more tricks like this up his sleeves. Cause this is insane. This is insane. I'll be completely honest with you. Like I think before I even started, I already like giving a disclaimer like glass is not the strongest suit of Blender. But with this trick, it just made it look like easy peasy. It made it look really easy for Blender. So somehow I was kind of preparing myself mentally for what this was going to be like, because I already kind of knew already how Blender handles glass. But this right here, brilliant, absolutely brilliant, man. So yeah, who is the guy? I'd like to follow him and know more. Or are you the guy? Cause like I mean, that kind of work like magic though. This red, I want to turn down specular on this red. Then maybe desaturate this. I think I want to add one more light behind. So I'm going to bring in, as a matter of fact, let me leave this view. And then this camera, I'm going to open it on the side. So from the back, I'm going to add in a light. Let's see how that light is working. Let's see. Oh. Can I add a little bit of roughness to this? Just a smidge. So that, yeah. I think this is more like it, man. See these lights? I almost want to duplicate it to the other side. So I'm going to Shift D and then move this. Can I add a gobo to this light? Let me see. Gobo. Oh. Yeah. Yep. I got it. But this label though, this label is not, it's not there. Specular, drop that. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me just see. Yeah, I'm here. This was one of the best method I've found so far for glass. Another one is by an artist called Albos. He has a shader that is also successful. I have a bottle project that I did previously in my portfolio. If you don't mind, I can share the link. I would love to hear it. Please, Forcan, please, you can send it right now because I'm about to end the stream and I won't be able to like have access to the chat anymore. So if you can just drop the link, that's one. Then also drop the person that you lent this glass shader from. Or is it this Albos guy? This guy. Let me see. Albos 3D artist. Yeah. Thomas Albos. Are you talking about Thomas Albos? He has a CGTrader account. That's crazy. Wow. This model is $200. Oh my god. This is insane, bro. Wow. That's insane. So yeah, Falcon, please. Yeah, Thomas Halbos. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it. I got it. I have a bottle project that I did previously. Please, can you send your project? Can you send your project? Because once I end the stream, I might not be able to get it again. So send in your project on the chat. Send in a link. I'll open it on the browser. Then I can look at it a little later, or even look at it on stream, and we can just have a little bit of chat about the portfolio. But right now, with time, I think I have less than 5 minutes on. So please just drop the link. Hmm. I really love this model, man. Like, this is so okay. Oh my god, this is incredibly detailed. You see all of this surface detail right here. I actually thought it was a texture. Apparently, it's actually geometry. And that's wild actually to me. He did something. Wow. Okay, now I get why this model is $200. Save. Oh, okay. It's not showing up on charts. Okay, is it a Behance link? I can look for your name on Behance or something. Let me see. Do I need to look for your name? Maybe YouTube is blocking that. Yeah, I think I see your Behance. Oh my god. You're really top shelf. You're really top shelf. Shout out to you, man. Yo, these are really good. Really, really good. Was this done in Blender? Yeah, yeah, it was done in Blender. I like this dynamic brush effect. Wow. So I've done something like this before, and something I knew that I was able to do was I had a flat PBR texture, and then on that texture, I also distributed some particle on it just to make it feel real and feel 3D like. That's for the ground, the charcoal ground. Was it similar technique you used? Because I'm looking at this and it looks like an actual displacement texture to me. So I would like to know the technique you used on that one. Um, let's look at the other project. This is really really good. Like, this is rendered really well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep this opened and I'm going to use this as a basis for how I'm going to render that glass when it's time to upload on CGTrader. This one too is so good. Yeah, yeah, okay. Now I get your point of what you said about like it depends on the final output. The tool doesn't really matter because look at the kind of glass you're making with Blender, and if you would show this to me without like me knowing the kind of 3D software you use, my first instinct, the first thing that will come to mind is C4D. My first instinct would be C4D. But like, man, shout out to you. This looks really, really good. I can't even critique anything. Like, it's really good. Just texture. Do you have displacement on a texture? Is displacement connected on a texture? So it's a high dense mesh, and then you have displacement connected. So you have some actual bumps, ups and downs, zeros and ones on the ground plane. Just reply that so I can end the stream. Yeah, displacement. Man, I don't know if you can see me. I'm actually clapping for you. Like those are actually very, very good renders, and I really hope that my render gets to that point someday. But shout out to you for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you, Forkan. And yeah, I am still going to come on today. I want to try to get 2 models out today, and yeah, that will be all. See you later. Talk or chat. Be safe, man. So that's it, guys. So long, and until I see you in the next one. Peace.